Boost your cybersecurity toolkit instantly with Netcat's quick and reliable method for transferring files between hosts. Imagine mastering a tool that lets you transfer files between hosts in seconds while sharpening your cybersecurity skills. That's the game-changing results you'll achieve by the end of this video. In this how-to guide, you'll get a step-by-step walkthrough of using Netcat for file transfers, complete with practical demos, safety tips, and troubleshooting advice tailored to cybersecurity professionals. Okay, let's get started. Netcat comes pre-installed on Kali in most instances, so we shouldn't have to do anything with that. In this demo, we've got Kali on the left and we've got Ubuntu on the right. Ubuntu, I had to install it. It did not come pre-installed, but it's pretty straightforward to install. I'll just type out the command here. All right, so if you just type that in, that will go ahead and install it and get it all set up for you. It takes just a few seconds. But what we're going to do first is we're just going to do a quick little test to make sure that it's working. So on our infrastructure machine, the Kali box, we're going to open it up and have it listen on a port. So we're going to do NC for Netcat, -V for verbose, -L for listen. Oh, got to get a space in there. -P for the port we want to listen on, and we're going to use port 1234 just for testing. And we hit enter. And it says it's listening on all interfaces for that port. Now we come over here to our victim machine, the Ubuntu box. And over here, if we just do a quick NC-V, and this is just, the V puts it in verbose mode so you get a little more output. And then we just type in that IP address of the Kali machine, which is 192.168.86.199. And then we tell it what port, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see on the side where we typed it, it says succeeded. So there's a TCP connection to that port. And then if you come over to the left side, to the Kali box, our infrastructure box, you'll see that it received a connection on Ubuntu. Now, right now, you can see that they're both connected. So if I come over here on the victim box and type in test 1, 2, 3 and hit enter, that shows up on the command and control box or the infrastructure box. Same thing over here. If I go over and type in test 4, 5, 6 and hit enter, it shows up. So it is basically acting as a chat client over an open TCP socket. So that's pretty handy. But it gets better. I mean, because we want to transfer a file. What's the good of this if you can't get your data off this machine that you've been able to abscond with? So let's do a Control C on both of them here. Okay, we've dropped the connections. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start over here. We're going to simulate that we're gathering our information. So we're going to do a PS -EF and get a listing of all the processes and what's happening on this machine. And we're going to redirect that to a file called ps.txt. Okay? And if we do a more on that file, ps.txt, you can see that we've got a ton of information in here. Okay? But, that would be an awful lot to copy and paste and, kind of try to move over. So there's definitely an easy way to do it. So over here, we're going to open our listener back up on our infrastructure. And now that we're on our victim box again, we're going to go back here, but instead of, we're going to use the exact same command, but what we're going to do is we're going to pipe something into it. And we're going to type in ps.txt. Okay? And if we hit enter, that data just went across that TCP connection on port 1234 over to our infrastructure machine. So that's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Now, what we can probably do is, we can capture all this data. So let's try this. Let's kill it. Okay, and let's, over here on the infrastructure side, let's just put this to an out file. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. We received a connection. It succeeded on the victim side. So let's stop everything. And let's go over here and let's check and see if we have a file called eda.out. And we do. So let's look at it. And there's our PS file output from the victim machine. So pretty easy, very, very handy. There's a lot of commands in Netcat. If we do netcat-h, you can see all the commands here. There's quite a few. So we'll go over more of that in depth at some other time, depending on the situation and what we're trying to accomplish. But for right now, that's pretty much it. That's covering everything that we needed to cover on transferring a file. If you love mastering Netcat for file transfers, stick around for the next video in the series where we'll dive into using it for port scanning to uncover vulnerabilities. See you then.